up, Fumble fans? Welcome to the Weekend Zone. I'm Britt Johnson. I'm here with Matt DeMecki and Chris Clark. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great. Good. Doing great.
I never see Matt anymore. It's so sad. He doesn't work in the studio anymore.
They both miss me, actually. Yeah.
And it's like now I don't usually you say dumb stuff throughout the week. So then it's like we get to this moment and I can recall them and
I
can
only get 10 minutes.
But now it's just like now these moments are so precious. I don't want to waste them.
Well, this gives me a good chance to follow me on Twitter at MD3. So if you want to hear me say some stuff on Twitter.
Matt owes me a beverage of my choice.
Yeah, I do.
I heard.
I do.
I'm up to date.
Matt has been trying to get 1,000 followers on his Instagram forever.
She got me 1,060.
Yes, you're welcome.
She did. I owe her a beverage.
And I don't have a drink. I'm a little parched too.
Well, that's gonna have to wait then.
Let
me say some stuff real quick, and then I'll get you the adult beverage.
Anyways, somebody else who feels like they were shaded, like I just was by Matt DeMecki, is DeMar DeRozan by the Raptors. Now, he actually this week went on ESPN and spoke with Chris Haynes and had an interview, and was very sad. He sulked at Drake's house about it.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about it? Do you think the Raptors were just doing business as usual, or did they shade him?
Yes.
I mean, obviously the Raptors shaded him.
Yeah.
It's obvious that happened. But, bro, it's 2018. You got to realize, the NBA is a business. How many players have we seen that's been through this? He's not the only one that got shaded by a team.
My issue is people that call Kevin Durant and stuff a snake.
That's why
you know what I mean.
I don't
it's
understand
business
it.
as usual.
I get what you're saying.
Which the franchises are doing it, but it's not business as usual when a player takes his own business, which is himself and his career, into his own hands.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I will fight it to the end. My only problem with Kevin Durant was the circumstance. I am a pro player. I love things with LeBron going to LA and those kind of things. I love it. But my problem with KD is just the circumstance. You can't get beaten and go to. That's
we'll circle back to that later.
That's
a whole other discussion.
Yeah. But with DeMar, the same thing. I feel like I felt bad. You emphasized with the guy because he had opened up about having a meeting with the team and they're saying everything's fine, and then boom,
which was
that
2 days prior to this happening.
So to me, I get it and I feel bad. And it's just this is the league. But then at the same time, the way I feel like we're not babying, but the way we're handling the situation here and everything, and it's almost as if he got traded to the Magic, or he went to a bad team, because he went to a solid team in the West. He went to the Spurs. I get the circumstance.
I think his biggest thing was, he said, the last 3 years they've lost to the Cavs. The last 5 years they've been postseason, but last 3 years they've lost to the Cavs.
Right.
And once LeBron left that situation, I think he really felt so excited. This is our chance. We can make it to the NBA Finals. This is our moment. And he kind of really rallied around that idea. Yeah. And now he's back in the same
and Kawhi's gonna get all that
conference
praise.
as freaking LeBron.
Yeah.
So I think that's his biggest thing.
I get it. I just get with it. You're in a good program, trust the process, and work to, they can still possibly be up there. They still have a good group of guys. We know everything we've been hearing with the locker rooms and stuff like that.
Well, now the main issue there is
gone.
Kawhi.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so.
And I think with being a GM too, we don't look at this side of it. You could tell a player 2 days prior, you're gonna be on our squad. 1 day later, you can get a phone call with a great trade offer. And what are you gonna do? You can't be like, you know what? I promised this player.
But that's the real question.
I think he just wanted a heads up, though. I think he wanted a heads up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right before it was announced, because I know a lot of athletes say, I didn't find out till it was announced. How's ESPN finding out before I find out something?
Yeah, no, I
that's
get that.
the problem.
But I think
that's going into work and everybody, you tweeting, Britt Johnson just got fired or whatever, and I didn't even hear about it yet.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But the real question is, to me, is you're a GM. You just said what you said. Do you shoot the text hey, so there's this deal. I'm thinking, I think you're gonna have to move and blah 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 blah. That's the other side of it too.
And
do you think that's the way you should do it?
I don't think that they shouldn't trade me. He said that. He
Right,
said, but
right,
I just feel like the way they did it
should
was
have been
shady.
handled.
It was just a good offer on the table, and it's if you have a limited amount of time to think about taking that offer, it's just you got to make a quick decision.
Well, you still take the offer, and he's fine with that. I think he just was hey, you should have told me before everybody else.
But don't you think he would have been hurt regardless?
That's my thing.
He would have been hurt regardless about it.
It's different though. I would rather find out from you than from everybody else.
Yes.
I still think he would have been hurt hurt, not as bad as
He would've.
now.
He
but
would've.
Yeah, no,
But
I
at
get
least-
it. I
yeah,
get what you're saying.
respect
though.
would
I get
still
what
be
you're
But my
there.
question with this deal is, what are the Raptors thinking this offseason? Like, they fired the guy that ends up being coach of
I
the year.
know.
They get rid of their
Yeah.
best player for a guy that literally only has 1 year left on his contract. He for sure is not going to stay in Toronto after next season.
Yeah.
DeMar had 3 years left on his contract. So it's like, what did you think was going to
overall
happen?
thought?
Like, what are their moves? Like,
Yeah.
did they
Yeah.
really make one good move in doing any of this?
I really think that this is kind of a gamble, and it's basically like, okay, we're gonna get Kawhi here to attract other free agents, especially at the trade deadline. If you bring another star at the trade deadline, I mean, that's gonna entice Kawhi to sign later on in the summer.
Kawhi's not. I don't
You never
care-
know.
I don't
You
care
never
if
know.
they
I
go
can't
to the
agree
NBA
with that.
Finals. He will not stay in Toronto next year.
He was-
I said it right now.
I
don't
honestly
know.
think
Save
I don't know, man.
I honestly
don't know.
think he can stay. Like, especially if they bring another superstar.
not
He's in
gonna
the
stay.
East. If
He's
they're
gonna own
he's gonna
the
compete.
East.
Hell
He
yeah.
has
He's
the
not
potential to
gonna stay.
own the East. Do you think he's gonna go where? He's gonna go to the Lakers?
He's coming to LA, whether it's Lakers, Clippers.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say.
coming
I
to
said
LA.
You didn't answer Chris's question.
Yeah, that was my question.
Where's he going? The Clippers?
He's going to the Clippers?
Clippers or Lakers? Clippers.
There it is. Just say it,
There it
Britt.
is. Just
Speak your truth,
I
Britt.
want him to come to the Clippers. I really
Speak
do.
your truth. Me too. I
Yeah.
prefer him. I've said this last week. You weren't even here. I
Yeah.
still defend you. I said last week I would love for him to go Clippers before Lakers. But
Yeah.
I agree, though. I think that there's still that possibility, man. You go to the finals. You even go to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in 7. And you have that, that taste that, this
Yeah.
could be something I could own over here on this side of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
We might have a Paul
Yeah,
George
this
situation.
is not a
man.
1 year rental.
I don't
think
know.
it
Or
is.
I
we
don't
might
know.
have a Kevin Durant situation where he was with the Thunder,
Yeah,
lost
Kevin
in
Durant.
the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
and then goes to the team he loses to, and then now in this day and age, 2 years later, has an argument with CJ McCollum about it. I'm gonna read these tweets for you guys really
Please.
quick. I still think the B word is harsh and shouldn't be used. He know that decision was soft, but I respect it. It's like getting jumped with your brothers by a king. You should have been beat, then joining that gang that jumped you and your brothers 2 months later and forgetting about your bros. Kevin Durant responds and says, so I would get into a gang fight, lose, plot on my brother for 2 months in our home, and then go get the gang we lost to and beat him up? You think that low of me, CJ? I just did your effing podcast, Snakes in the Grass, boy, I tell ya.
Somebody's
And
feelings
this-
were hurt.
Yeah, so he went on his
Somebody's
podcast. If you guys don't know, he went on his podcast on Tuesday. CJ was just like, like any player would, we still have a chance, we da-da-da. And Kevin Durant basically laughed in his face the next day.
But props
These
to him
tweets
just
happened.
straight up just calling him out too. Like, you gotta give him his credit there. CJ just straight up called him out with the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I gotta give him props for that. CJ, you the real one for that.
I mean, what do you guys, is Kevin Durant soft? Like, what do you guys think of this?
Here's a problem with Kevin Durant. Like, I really honestly don't hate Kevin Durant at all. Like, I respect what he did. I'm cool with it. The thing is, the dude cares so much about what people think, and it's freaking killing him.
It's annoying.
Especially on Twitter. Like, it's making him look like a little kid like if somebody attacks you,
Well, he
he's
trolls
coming back
kids
at you.
on
Like, look,
Twitter.
I'm like, bro,
Sounds
like,
funny.
Yeah.
bro, win your championship, go about your summer. You're a champion. You're a 2-time champion. Like, just chill out. You don't have to blast people on freaking Twitter.
Honestly,
like, bro,
he's my
this is
new
not-
Westbrook, because really I haven't talked
Teddy.
about Westbrook in forever.
Yeah.
He's quiet, he's chilling with his little baby and his wife and stuff. Kevin Durant is the new
BFF.
Westbrook to me. He's so petty, and I actually love it. I like him more because of it.
Yeah.
When he had his burner account, we didn't know this true shade he was just putting out in this world, but
Now he's
obviously,
out,
I have
and
it. He's
his
out,
account.
and I love it. Like throwing shade. It doesn't matter if you're 10. Doesn't matter if you're 50. Like,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is coming for you. Let's move on to LeVar Ball.
a little bit happier.
Everyone's
Everybody's
favorite
favorite guy.
guy.
Love LeVar.
LeVar Ball right now, his JBA league is doing great. Players are getting $3,000 a month. There's talks now by him, obviously,
Oh, I love this.
that maybe he should do something to rival the NBA. What do you guys think about that?
Chris is your boy.
If he does it the right way, he gets the right people to partner with it. If he can do all the things that are necessary rather than just say he's gonna do a league, get all the minimum stuff done so he can make a league and then boom, put it out there. I'm not gonna support it, but I feel like if he does it the right way, And like you said in your stand-up, Britt said this. If he just needs one. If he gets one credible person to get in that league, that's.
Oh, I said that a long time ago. You still remember that?
I'm just saying. I pay attention. I feel like the same way with the JBA. If they get one, solid guy to go in there, that's when the floodgates will open. And I feel like it's possible.
Yeah.
The NBA is not bulletproof, you know what I mean? I feel like it's something that could happen, but again, it has to be done the right way, and I'm supporting.
I mean,
if we
the
can get
NBA
Lamar.
just is so big, and they make so much money, and they just.
But he even said that it might not be as big, but he said it'll be a rival to it.
But he said he would compete with the NBA.
Yeah,
that's
right.
The only thing that I'm like. I don't know about competing with the NBA.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, at least then it's a professional league that's not in China. It's a professional league that's not in Siberia.
Don't we have the Harlem Globetrotters? Didn't we have and one? There's so many other things that tried to be and honestly they're more better entertainment sometimes than the NBA, but they just can't compete with the NBA, you know? And I don't think there's going to be anything in our lifetime that's going to do anything. JBA, I think, is a great start, competing with the NCAA and all that kind of stuff. But you just started this, bro. We're not even through the first season yet. I think we're very far away. I mean, the NBA started, in the 50s? Yeah. We're way far away from getting something to that caliber, because even the NBA wasn't the NBA it is now. Even still, 20 years ago,
it's going to be hard to just kick it off the ground. Yeah, because if you're 18, 19, come out of college and LeVar sits in front of you and Adam Silver sits in front of you, they're like, hey, we'll give you this check here in the NBA, we'll give you this check here in whatever the league is going to be.
And on top of that, the shoes and stuff.
The shoe deals and everything like that, the exposure.
But you're not going to,
I don't know.
The NBA can't even fill up butts and seats for a lot of teams. Milwaukee don't get filled up. Atlanta never gets filled up. There's so many teams where the stadiums are half empty.
Miami in the first
We
half.
don't see that because we live in LA. Lakers games, Clippers games, Warriors games are always sold out. Go to Sacramento Kings game, you can get a courtside seat for $200.
They have the nicest stadium too, which is so sad. But
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go down.
You don't think so? If anything, maybe 10 years down the line, if he really puts work into it, maybe. But I don't.
Just work on what you got right now.
Right.
The
JBA. JBA it's slowly going up. They got your Cowboys going front row to the Dallas games and stuff like that. So it's getting there. It's getting there.
That's not saying much.
All right, let's move on to my favorite part of the show. Can we just actually cut Matt DeMecchia out of the rest of it? You don't get to speak anymore. Honorable mentions, I'll go with Chris Clark.
You want me to go first? Yeah. Well, as we've been hearing a lot about LeBron and his son and everything, especially now it's summertime and summer league's over. Now LeBron's being coach dad and stuff like that. But there's a lot of talk has been surfacing with him going and coaching the team and whatnot, and seeing that they have a player on their team. This is a team full of 13, 14-year-old kids, and this kid is 13 years old, and he is 6'8", the same size as LeBron James, playing for this AAU team. 13U. My little brother played at 13U, and he's 6 foot. At the time, he was 6'1". He's now 6'3". But to have that height on the team at that time, and not having a 6'8" dude on the same team is just that. It's crazy. Look at it side by side. It's just crazy.
Bananas.
But good for him.
Or whatever your name is.
This guy.
All right. We are going to go with everybody's favorite former Laker, Dwight Howard. He decided to do a little poetry in his opening introduction over here. Let's check it out real quick.
I learned magic for 8 years. Traveled to La La Land. Learned how to work with rockets. And I went and learned how to fly with some hawks. Got stung by the hornets. This is a joke. But through all of that, it's taught me how to be a wizard, so.
I thought that was so damn lame. I thought
I think it's better than anything
so lame.
you can do. Make a poem right now.
I'm not a poet.
I just think that was with lame. All your past jobs and put them together. Could you do something like that?
Did you guys think that was impressive though?
I think it's better than what you would do.
It was nice that his PR team wrote that.
I chuckled when I first. Yeah, I chuckled when I first.
If the PR team wrote it, they need to be fired. Hopefully it was
him. Yeah, I chuckled.
I hope he didn't pay anybody to write that.
I mean, they're gonna have to update that next year because he's probably gonna be on another team next year. But anyway,
That's probably true though.
Mine is my boy, Lou Will.
Yeah.
Love
Greatest
this guy.
Clipper.
So obviously LeBron's in LA now. Everybody's talking, oh, the Lakers are back. We don't know all that yet. And Lou Will just wanted to point out that at this point in time,
Right.
the Clippers still run LA. And until the Lakers beat the Clippers still run LA.
Yeah.
And anyways, thanks so much for tuning into the Fumble. I'm Britt Johnson, Matt Demecki. I'm not going to even let him talk. And Chris Clark. We'll see you guys next weekend. Go Clippers.